Hello, YouTubers, and welcome back to the first Grandstand of 2025. I am, as always, your host, Air the Ohio Patriot. For today's episode, we are going to talk about why Ohio Patriot Education Network will be endorsing for Ramaswamy for Ohio governor in 2026. So basically, for those who haven't heard, there's been a lot of talk in the last 2 weeks or so about what's going on with the Ohio Senate seat that J.D. Vance has had to vacate because of becoming vice president now. In about 12 hours from now, give or take, is when him and Trump are going to be inaugurated legitimately, is what it is. And you obviously, in the last few days now, have had Mike DeWine select idiot Lieutenant Governor John Husted as the replacement for Vance, which I think is completely wrong. I've been against this for a long, long time. I always said it should have been Vivek or someone else like that. And I think it's absolutely ridiculous that Husted was even named as a U.S. Senate replacement for Vance just because of the fact that Husted can't win races, dude. He's just a run-off sack of shit, legitimately. And I've had my problems with John Husted for years now, is what it is. He's just not a good candidate. He's not mega. He's not anything like that. I believe Vivek is that thing, though. And I believe, truthfully, depending on how the Republican primary goes for 2026 here in Ohio, which I believe is what Vivek will run as, just because I don't see him running as a Democrat here. I think it will basically come down to a Trump endorsement and possibly a Vance endorsement for that matter as well, of what we'll actually see Vivek potentially be the candidate for the governor's race then. So really, it's like a twofold factor here of why for the network, I'm personally going to endorse Vivek right now. And it's because Ramaswamy has, I believe, what it takes to actually turn the tide of the state currently. There's already some good stuff going on here, but the problem is there's a lot of rhino corruption in our state house, too, for that matter. And there's also a ton of Democrat corruption here as well. It's why when you look back at the FBI statistics from about 6-7 years ago, Ohio is one of the most corrupt states in the entire country right now. And it still is that thing because there's so much pay-to-play scandals going on here. There's so much just constant fuckery all the way around is what it is. That in order for us to turn the page, you have to have somebody come in here and start cleaning house. And whether that be, someone like myself who could be potentially backed by someone in the future financially to do that, or whether that be someone like Vivek who can actually fund his own campaign, because for God's sakes, the guy is a billionaire for that matter. And I think that's what it was going to come down to. It's going to, because I've talked about this right now, as of right now, if you look at what the Republican primary is shaping up to be right now for 2026, I'm actually going to pull up the thing right here right now for it, for the Ohio governor's race. So, as of 2 days ago, it said who's running right now. And this is basically, according to Wikipedia, what the actual race looks like currently. So, current Ohio Treasurer Robert Spruce has already announced. I did not know that. That must have happened in the last couple of days here as well. Current Attorney General Dave Yost announced weeks ago. And then a woman named Heather Hill, who is a complete unknown, former president of the Morgan County School Board, announced her candidacy, which she's a joke. I could maybe see her being like Spruce or Yost, lieutenant governor when it's all said and done, potentially. And then, of course, you have, as it says, announcement pending, which would be Vivek there. And it's supposed to be sometime this month. That's when he's going to announce. And then we got current Secretary of State Frank LaRose announcing his public interest in it. So, and then we got a couple people that have withdrawn already, including this idiot Jeremiah Workman, who was the jackass, that moron. I'm trying to think what that fucking dipshit hillbilly guy's name was. He was the fuckface who jumped in the 2022 race, who has now been barred from even running for years now because he embezzled a fuck ton of money in his campaign and claimed he got. Oh, that's what it was. It was I want to say that guy's name was Joe, but I could be wrong. I gotta go look it up now. Yeah, Joe Blystone. That's who I'm talking about. Yeah, this Jeremiah Workman guy was his lieutenant governor pick at the time. And the thing with Blystone was, like, that guy really pissed me off personally because, mind you, this is when I had first jumped in the race myself to run for governor back in the day in, like, 2021. And this cocksucker jumps in there and is all like, oh, I'm getting in the race because there's no viable candidates in the race right now. And it's like, the hell there was an asshole. If I had had, like, 10 million bucks behind me, I could have easily been a viable candidate. Because, unfortunately, that's basically what it took for DeWine to win re-election in 2022 is what it was there. And that's one gripe I do have against Vivek right now is that Vivek should have run against DeWine in 2022. And if he had gotten Trump's endorsement then, we would have a whole new governor's race back then. But the fact that Vivek didn't even run at all is kind of like a little bit irritating. So, yeah, I think it's almost like 4 years too late, but like at the same time, it's like now might just be the exact point that you need to go in there as like a fresh start for the state, because that's the thing, right? Like DeWine is primaried out right now, or sorry, not primaried. He's termed out right now. So no matter what, Ohio will have a brand new governor in 2026. Doesn't matter who it's going to be. Probably Republican, given our state the way it's gone red in the last 10 years or so. And the thing is, I think Vivek has vision. And I believe that, truthfully, under his potential leadership, we could see a whole new Ohio at that point. We could see Ohio being a complete manufacturing hub for things. Whether that be 2A manufacturing, whether that be bringing back steel manufacturing in this state, whether that be bringing back just any kind of manufacturing for that matter from overseas and making it cheaper to do stuff here is what it is. You know, it'd be awesome to see refrigerators and things like that be built in Ohio again. And I'm talking about like the 1950s ones that you can look back on and see how they're still running today is what it is, because it was true American-made quality. It wasn't this Chinese-made garbage that breaks down in a year or two. You know, or hell, we could be an electronics hub for that matter. We're making all kinds of electronics here in America, in the state of Ohio. And that's the thing. It would be awesome, dude. It would be awesome for us to be able to be the center focus point of that and be able to provide the kids a better, you know, educational system, be able to provide a multi-generation workforce in this state and not have it just be a dying state is what it is. So, but yeah, so Vivek's his announcement is going to be pending right now. These three people are already in the race. LaRose is probably going to be in the race. And then people that have already, which are declined. And then, of course, you got this fucking cunt right here who should be, Amy Acton should be in the Ohio prison right now, dude, for crimes against humanity. The fact that she locked this state down for 442 days of tyranny and is still walking free is everything wrong with Ohio currently is what it is, dude. But yeah, this stupid fucking cunt is the only one that's actually declared her candidacy for the Democrat primary. And then we got Chris Redfern, who's a former state senator, and that piece of shit Tim Ryan, who, again, going back to Democrats, should be in prison right now. Tim Ryan's another one of these people because he literally called for the murder of MAGA supporters in 2022 while running for the U.S. Senate seat that Vance eventually won, only for days later a kid to get literally run down by some crazy leftist in another state. And the fact that Tim Ryan was not even brought up on charges or removed from Congress for that matter over that is absolutely ridiculous entirely. Then, of course, you got piece of shit Sherrod Brown's a potential, and then this fucking piece of shit Democrat cunt, Allison Russo, who is the current minority leader in the state and has been for years now. She is also the same bitch who in 2021, May of 2021 specifically, took a direct bribe from most main action members in the state house on camera, took a big fat envelope of cash from one of the membership that she then shoved in her purse and walked out with her coffee cup. And that was during a House Oversight Committee hearing while we were trying to do constitutional care at the time. So yeah, Russo should be in prison for that one alone. Sherrod Brown should be in prison for a bunch of stuff, including SR trading. Tim Ryan should be in prison for literally calling for the murder of MAGA supporters and getting one killed. And then Amy Acton should be in prison for crimes against humanity for all the shit she did with lockdowns. So that's Democrat Party nutshell right there, people. And these are the fucking clowns that they're trying to get to run now is what it is. So yeah, I could easily see Vivek beating any one of these people. And if it's not Vivek, I could easily see Dave Yost beating any one of these people, honestly, dude. Because Yost, like, while he's establishment and stuff like that, I think he's the front runner. I don't see Robert Spruce really having a chance. Because nobody really knows who this motherfucker... Like, the dude's been treasurer of this state for, like, 7 years or something. And nobody really knows who the fuck this guy is. And then this Heather Hill woman has no fucking chance at all, is what it is. So... But yeah, I could see there being like 10, 15 people in this Republican primary by the time it's all said and done. And then just like 2022, they'd probably be in like Acton, and then like Tim Ryan, then it'd be like Allison Russo or something like that, like a third person. And I could even see it being like an Acton Russo ticket that becomes the fucking front runners or some stupid shit like that, honestly. So, but yeah. They actually have a picture of this one on this site. Oh, that's who Heather Hill is? Okay. I love our thing. Conservative outsider, wife, mother, foster mom, business owner, entrepreneur, community leader. That's all well and great, lady, but nobody knows who the fuck you are. Like, literally. Like, nobody knows who you are. We've never heard of you until now. Let's go ahead and see what her deal is, though. I do want to see what her deal is here. See, okay. This right here is you playing identity politics. And this is the kind of shit that we're all sick and tired of, dude. Like you're talking about, I was the first person of color elected to Morgan County. Or elected in Morgan County. Like, nobody gives a shit, lady. Like, again, you're such an like, the way I consider this woman is, she was basically me in 2022. She'll probably be the first one out of this race, is my guess, honestly, dude. Now, granted, that being said, if she was running for like a lesser seat in the state, like, I don't know, Secretary of State maybe or something, or maybe even just like a state house seat or something like that, like I could see her winning that maybe. But yeah, I don't see her winning. I don't see her ever being in the governor's race legitimately is what it is here. So, for multiple reasons, actually. And the reason I say that, obviously, is because I don't know how big her war chest is, but the fact that you'd be going up against Yost, who basically probably has the entire GOP war chest behind him, and then Vivek, who has $1 billion fortune behind him, like, good fucking luck to you, lady. Like, seriously. So, yeah, I don't see her winning that race at all. I mean, I could maybe see her becoming lieutenant governor for one of these dudes or something, maybe, at best. Like, if they want to go that route. But again, like, and again, this is the thing we're talking about right now. Like, nobody wants identity politics, dude. Like, and what's funny to me is the fact that she calls herself a conservative and an outsider and stuff like that. But it's like, are you really, when you're playing identity politic bullshit like a Democrat would? Because to me, it sounds like you're a Democrat trying to run as a Republican, aka a fucking rhino. So, yeah. But at the end of the day, as of right now, as of January 20th, 2025, we at Ohio Future Education Network are endorsing Vivek Ramaswamy for the Ohio governorship in 2026. Now, granted, 4 months from now, 6 months from now, a year from now, that could change, depending if Vivek, pulls some shit like Bernardino did a year and a half ago or so, where it comes out that he's, anti-gun or something like that, honestly. That would be an immediate rescinding of endorsement on the spot. Because I will not put up with that shit ever again, is what it is, dude. That's exactly who we don't need in office, is people, that will sit there and say stupid shit about the Second Amendment and then never rescind their dumbass statements, is what it is. So, that's why I really don't want Marino to actually win that race, or win that primary, I should say, but unfortunately he did, so. But yeah, and that's why I've already called out John Husted at this point and said that this motherfucker has about a year right now until the 2026 primary special election, because he's going to have to retain that seat then until 2028 is what it will be for the U.S. Senate. And he basically has until then, right now, in the U.S. Senate to get off his ass and do his job and protect the Second Amendment and try to push forth constitutional carry, stand your ground, etc. at a federal level. And if he doesn't, he's gone. Like, I will personally advocate against that dude and back anyone running against him on a Second Amendment platform in a Republican primary for the U.S. Senate special election in 2026. So, anyway, but yeah, as of right now, we're endorsing Vivek. I think it's going to be a good endorsement. I would like to think Vivek could win it out, honestly. And like I said, I believe truthfully, if he does it right, we could easily see a better Ohio in the next 10 to 15 years. And I could obviously set someone up like myself in 2034 to run for government myself. That's what it is. So, but yeah, my plan right now, personally, is 2026. I am going to attempt a state level run for a state house seat in the new district that I'm moving into. So, wish me luck on that one. Looking at financial endorsements right now from people locally. I've been in talks with some people right now, and I believe I stand a good chance, honestly, especially against these establishment scumbags that are in there right now. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see. But as of right now, you've had the Ohio General Assembly come back into, for the first time this year, to be sworn into office on the 6th. And as far as I'm aware, they really haven't been doing anything since then. They basically have spent the last 2 weeks now doing absolutely jack shit. And of course, not going to do anything today because, the inauguration, like half the people that are, well, not quite half, I think there was about 8 or 10, give or take, what they call leadership teams that went to the inauguration. So it would be current Ohio Speaker of the House, Matt Hoffman, current Senate President, Rob McCauley, I think is what the guy's name is. And then, like, everybody that's, like, whips and stuff like that's what it is there. So, and, like, Speaker Pro Tempe and stuff like that or whatnot. Plus DeWine and Houston and everybody else like that now. Or in Washington, D.C. currently is what it is. So, which I'm not sure how that works now because technically, as far as I'm aware, both DeWine and Houston, well, Houston's not lieutenant governor anymore, and DeWine still hasn't picked a replacement for lieutenant governor right now. So basically, as far as my assumption is right now, I think Dave Yost, who might still be in the state, is the acting governor right now, is what it is. Because, like, I'm trying to think about line of succession right now in this state. Actually, no, I'm not sure, because I'm trying to remember if LaRose won or not. Because he might be technically acting governor currently as Secretary of State. Yeah, it's hard to say, but yeah, like, pretty much, like, every person that's, like, a high-level person in the state of Ohio right now is gone to not be here, so. Because technically the way our line of succession goes, it goes governor, lieutenant governor, I'm trying to think now. Yeah, it's governor, lieutenant governor, Senate president, Speaker of the House, Secretary of State is 5th, I believe. Actually, no, I think about it. It would either be, if LaRose isn't here, it would either be Robert Spruce or whoever the auditor is right now would be the current acting governor. Because that would be 6 and 7, and then Yos's AG is 8th. So yeah, whatever one of those, like, 4 dudes that would be, like, 5th through 8th, like, whichever one of them is currently in this state is currently acting governor currently. Which is crazy to think about, and it's sad to think about actually on the same aspect of things. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens with the inauguration here in about 11, 12 hours. I'm just going to be, so hopefully this country will get back on track again. But only time will tell. And like I said, as of right now, we at Ohio Picture Education Network will be endorsing Vivek Ramaswamy in 2026 for the Republican primary for the Ohio governor race and for the gubernatorial race entirely. And unless he does something very stupid, like shit talk the Second Amendment, we will continue to endorse him. And that's about all that needs to be said today. So, hope you guys enjoyed this short and sweet one. I will be doing another stream probably about 2 to 3 weeks, give or take. My move to the new place has been delayed a few more weeks, unfortunately, just because of circumstances relating to the property that I'm moving into, and it basically being in a probate situation somewhere where my old house was that I had to move out of. So yeah, it's basically become a giant clusterfuck right now, and it sucks. But yeah, currently staying with family, so that's why I haven't been on since basically November of, actually I think it was early December, technically speaking, of last year. And yeah, that's why I've only been on Honda's chats a few times here and there. So, but as soon as I get in a new place, we'll be doing probably either daily or every other day streams again then. But that won't be probably until at least February 1st or later. So, till then, this will be it for the time being. I just wanted to come on here and do this now just because with everything going on. And yeah, just wanted to make everybody aware that I was still here. That's what it is. So, and I was trying to get some stuff done down here at the State House, but fortunately, because people not wanting to do their jobs and just wanting to sort of dick around is what it is here, haven't gotten a chance to talk to any of the state reps yet. So hopefully I can do that at least once before I leave here and at least get them, get on their radar anyway is what it is, and have them recognize this is an actual 2A rights group is what it is here. So, which technically we're more than that because we're actually a Bill of Rights group is what it is. But it's Second Amendment above everything else is what it is there, because without the Second Amendment, you have nothing. Everything else is just a bunch of words on paper. And you have to have something backing it up, and that is the American people being armed against tyranny. And it's as simple as that, really. And it's time for us to remain steadfast in our fight against the tyrants that are currently in office. And it really is time for Ohio to take the lead as a state this go around and introduce legislation, which I would really want to see introduced and passed, to completely kick out people from our General Assembly that are pushing forth anti-gun legislation, because it is a complete breaking of their oath of office, and they should be gone already for the past 6 years since they've been doing that shit. So, anyway, hopefully I can talk at least one of these people into introducing something similar to that. Or if nothing else, I'm just going to run the platform myself in 26 when I run for a state house seat then. So, but until later, I will see you guys on the next one. Have a good one, y'all. Stay safe, stay vigilant, all that good stuff. And I do look forward to seeing how this governor's race goes down next year. And I really look forward to seeing how the inauguration goes today. Hopefully it'll go smoothly. Hopefully we'll see, some good things happen. And hopefully over the next 4 years, this country can become very prosperous again under Donald Trump and J.D. Vance. Till later, I'll see you guys in the next one.